FBW fans, it is main event time here at FBW No Love 2022. It is Chris Dynamite versus Ruby for the FBW Undisputed title. This is Ruby's first shot to get her FBW Undisputed title back, the title that she lost in December of 2020 when she was attacked by Anthony Aries and missed about a year of her career, being stripped of the title. And now she looks to regain it here tonight against Chris Dynamite, a man who she has a 2-0 streak over. Ruby defeating Chris Dynamite via disqualification at AAW Retaliation, and then defeating Chris Dynamite in seconds at Endgames 2020 in a last one standing match. But Chris Dynamite, he won the title at the Glory Rumble a couple months ago, and he's looking to retain it and finally beat Ruby, a woman who he couldn't defeat in the past match. Now you can say that Chris Dynamite had Ruby beat at AAW Retaliation, but his emotions got the best of him and he got disqualified. So we're going to see if Chris Dynamite can keep it under control and really focus and keep the Undisputed title in fortune. Now punches back and forth between the two. This is the third time these two competitors are facing off. There might be a little feeling out process between the two, because these two haven't wrestled since November of 2020, but Chris Dynamite taking down Ruby with that clothesline. Both pairs going at it. Chris Dynamite throwing Ruby into the shed. Chris Dynamite has a new persona.
I run this show.
No longer the moneymaker. He is the veteran, as he has 10 years of experience in FBW. Chris Dynamite really straightening out his act, really being more focused instead of being a little comedic as the moneymaker. Chris Dynamite could be retiring soon from backyard wrestling, so he wants to make his last bit in backyard wrestling the best that he can, and he feels that the best he can is being serious and not being too focused on money, but he is still a very rich and smart man.
You know what I mean?
Both competitors locking up. Ruby pushing Chris Dynamite, and she clotheslines Chris Dynamite down. Now Ruby, she is a 2-time undisputed champion. She was going on a very good streak as the undisputed champion when she won the 2020 Glory Rumble. But unfortunately, Anthony Aries attacked Ruby and causing her to miss FBW and be stripped of the title. Now Chris Dynamite and Ruby were supposed to have a match at FBW Last Stand 2020, but that match obviously being canceled, and they haven't faced each other until now. Ruby, she had a chance to win the Undisputed title back at the Glory Rumble, but she was attacked again and she was taken out of that match. This is her first official shot at the Undisputed title since 2020, so let's see if she can become a 3-time undisputed champion. Ruby was taking it to Chris Dynamite though with that cookie sheet, but Chris Dynamite quickly gets back in control with that clothesline, taking down Ruby. Ruby coming off of a victory over Anthony Aries in their feud after returning back to FBW, but she's been quiet. She's been training off camera. Ruby hasn't really said anything on camera, hasn't really voiced her opinion, so we don't really know how Ruby is doing and how Ruby's been training. So we gotta see what she's been up to and if she can win. But Ruby kicking Chris Dynamite out of the chair. Ruby would really love to be the undisputed champion once again and show what she was going to bring to the table when she won the title for the second time back in 2020. But what is this? Slamming Chris Dynamite's head into the chair.
You hurt me going.
Now both competitors surprisingly know each other very well. Chris Dynamite, the best friend, the brother of Ruby's, I guess, somewhat fiance, Anthony Aries, And Chris Dynamite actually played a part and helped train Ruby back in 2018 when Ruby started her FBW career. So there is some history between the two, but they've only had so far 2 matches besides this one. But Ruby driving the title into Chris Dynamite. We're seeing a more aggressive side of Ruby. And again, driving that title, that stainless steel title into the head of Chris Dynamite. That definitely does not feel good. Steel and flesh is never a good combination. But Ruby, like I said, a more aggressive side of Ruby. Very interesting to see her like this. But like I said, we haven't been hearing much of Ruby on FBW TV, so I don't know what she's been thinking. And now she just threw the title into the face of Chris Dynamite. Look at that replay, just blindsiding Chris Dynamite. Ruby, she's climbing up onto that well. What is she looking to do here? What is she doing here? And she dives on top of Chris Dynamite, going high risk, but it rewarded. Taking down Chris Dynamite. Let's get a replay of that. Ruby diving onto Chris Dynamite. We could be seeing a new undisputed title, but yet you still have to think Chris Dynamite does have the Messiah of the Yard in his back pocket. Who knows if Anthony Aries is going to interfere. He was the evil heart earlier. Ruby looks like she hurt her ankle after kicking Chris Dynamite.
You say that you are a heel, but you are not even acting like one.
Ruby talking smack, being more verbal.
Shuts the fuck up. Dude, you know, like, I'm fucking tired. Come on.
Both competitors showing the effects of this match already.
Someone who wants to be healed. Someone who wants to be
Ruby being more verbal, talking more smack to Chris Dynamite.
someone who wants to
She's probably been building up
this
anger
title.
since 2020 after being attacked and losing everything. And she drives the title right into the side of the head of Chris Dynamite, just smacking off his head. That title definitely does not feel good after being driven off the head. And again, Chris Dynamite can probably have a concussion after all of these title shots to the head. Chris Dynamite ain't even moving. Chris Dynamite slowly regaining consciousness, regaining back. And a dragon's claw. And a dragon's claw to Ruby. He caught that right in the center. Look at that. Staggering Ruby.
1, 2.
And Ruby kicks out, almost retaining his title right there. Chris Dynamite, he cannot get frustrated. He cannot let his emotions get the better of him. Because the last time he let his emotions get the better of him, he got disqualified and did not win the Undisputed title in their first matchup at AAW Retaliation. And he throws Ruby right into that well.
You know, no, why are you playing on me? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Failure of a women's champ.
And throwing dirt, blinding Chris Dynamite, and she hits him right in the head with that cookie. She just blinded Chris Dynamite with dirt out of nowhere. Dirt in the ice is never a good thing. If you cannot see, you really can't compete. Man, Ruby pulling out all the stops. She really wants to be the undisputed champion once again.
Oh, you know, I mean.
And driving Chris Dynamite down with a kick.
One, 2.
And Chris Dynamite kicks out. Ruby just pinning Chris Dynamite by just sitting on him. We haven't seen this side of Ruby, this aggression, this attitude since she was the feminist warrior when she won her first undisputed title back in 2019. But ever since then, she's been a good girl. She's been doing the things the right way. Maybe we're seeing this evil side of Ruby come back
Who do you
out.
think you
Maybe we're
are?
seeing her more aggressive
Listening.
side that we saw back in 2019.
That's garbage. Come on.
Just picking up Chris Dynamite by the hair and throwing him into that shed wall. Twice.
I feel like I'm hurting myself more
Ruby
than I'm
acting
hurting.
so aggressive. She's hurting
How was
herself
that
by putting the
working?
punishment onto Chris Dynamite.
Oh, you're just better. You're just better.
Just ask your husband. Look, I'm the champ. He is.
And again, just kicking down Chris Dynamite.
Especially since he ruined my career.
Ruby claiming that Anthony Aries has ruined her career and she's trying to make fortune pay. And now she made Anthony Aries pay, but now she's making Chris Dynamite pay here tonight.
Yeah, here you.
And a super kick to the chest of Ruby, smacking off her stomach. You can hear the smack, but now he's laying punches down on her.
Tired of this.
Anthony Aries, he won the HFW Global title back from Jerry Payne earlier tonight, bringing back gold to Fortune. Is Chris Dynamite going to keep the other piece of gold, the undisputed title in Fortune, or is Ruby going to claim the title that she never lost back here tonight? Chris Dynamite trying to set something up with that ladder. He's setting up that ladder right in front of that shed. What is Chris Dynamite planning on doing?
Make it work.
Is Chris Dynamite planning on going high risk? Sometimes high risk does not come out with high rewards. We're gonna have to see what he's doing. He's climbing the ladder. Ruby, she's getting up slowly. It looks like Chris Dynamite is trying to go on top of the shed, and he's on top of the shed. The last time he jumped off the shed was in the Krugertown match at Bad Moon Rising against Dante Kruger, and Chris Dynamite, he did not come up right. He came up short, and he jumps off the shed, and Ruby moves out the way, and he just landed hard, jumping off of that shed very high up in the air, and he landed hard. Look at that replay. And now Ruby has that pipe, and she just bent it off of his back, hitting him twice. Look how she bent that pipe. And he hits him again, just breaking and dismantling and bending that pipe.
Should I go
Just
after
smacking off the back, and now she has another pipe.
an even heavier?
Looks like a more heavier pipe, and again off the back of Chris Dynamite.
So much fun.
His back has to be on fire. Just the pipe stinging off of his back. Chris Dynamite's in pain, and it looks like Ruby, she's enjoying this. She's enjoying causing Chris Dynamite pain. And a curve stomp. A curve stomp to Chris Dynamite. This could be it. Chris Dynamite, he's out. But he's getting back up to all fours. Ruby,
Excitement.
like I said, she's acting different. She's acting more aggressive. She's liking the pain and the torturing that she's causing Chris Dynamite right now. But wait, Ruby caught him with a low blow. She caught Chris Dynamite with a low blow. Ruby going dirty. What is she doing here? She's
Show them how
definitely
much pain you
not
are.
doing things the right way here tonight at No Love 2022 in the main event for the undisputed title.
You said you didn't want more kids.
And another curve stomp, a vicious looking stomp to the back of the head. And she's going for the pin. Is this it?
1, 2, 3.
And Ruby has won
And your winner
her
of
third
the match,
undisputed
Ruby.
title here at No Love 2022 by defeating the veteran of the yard, the veteran of FBW, Chris Dynamite. Ruby is once again, for the first time in over a year, the undisputed champion here in FBW. Ruby acting more aggressive, more vicious. This new side of Ruby definitely played part and has got her FBW Undisputed title. Maybe she's had to bring this vicious side out. Maybe it's time for No More Nice Girl. Maybe it's time for the Fallen Rose in FBW.
It was a pleasure. It was a very big pleasure of mine to have you be the first one for me to take my revenge on.
Ruby talking her smack. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And Ruby has won the Undisputed title. But let's see what's going to happen. Our next show is FBW Showdown. Thank you guys for watching. This has been FBW No Love.